All right, we're going to get a look at Newmarket. So like my other videos, we'll have a look at what happened in January 21. So we'll look back a year ago. We'll compare that with what happened in January 22, and then we'll have a look at December as well to give you a bit of contrast. So starting with the numbers, we had 115 new listings come on the market across all home types in Newmarket in January 21. So that is inclusive of everything: condos, semis, towns, links, detached, absolutely everything. 92 sales through the month, and 56 active listings are what carried over into February 2021. December, we had 56 new listings come on the market, 64 sales, so more homes sold than actually came on the market, and 18 active listings that carried over into January 22. January, we had 114 new listings come on the market, and this is a trend that we've seen basically across the GTA, that we considerably more listings came on the market in January. Not abnormal as we continue to build inventory moving towards springtime. 64 sales through the month of January and 55 active listings, which carried into February. If we're talking about the money, $1,011,000 was the average sale price in Newmarket across all home types a year ago. $1,293,000 was average sale price in December 21, currently trending at $1,307,000. The SNLR, pardon me, or the sales to new listings ratio, it is also known as the absorption rate. And it tells us, out of the homes coming on the market each month, what is the percentage of them that are actually selling. Now, it's calculated by looking at the sales into new listings. So it's not taking into account that active listing inventory, or the homes that didn't sell that are carrying over. It's just talking about the new inventory and the sales. So 80% of the homes that came on the market in January 21 sold. 114.3% of the homes that came on the market in December sold. And again, that was a trend. If you watch my videos, that was a trend throughout the GTA. Stated a different way, though, the market sold 14.3% more homes than actually came out on the market. And you're seeing that in the numbers. 64 sales, but only 56 new listings. So those other remaining sales, they come from this active listing inventory here. And currently trending at 56.1. So again, we're seeing this trend through the GTA, that there was considerably more listings coming on the market, considerably more inventory, and we're seeing that again in the numbers. You're seeing basically double the amount of listings that came on the market. Sales stayed the same though, right? So because we're dealing with this calculation, we're dealing at sales divided by new listings. Yeah, I mean, we're sitting at around 50%, right? In this case, 56.1. So it makes total sense what we're seeing here. Now, will that trend continue? Buyers, I would be paying attention to this number, buyers and sellers, but buyers, I would definitely be paying attention to this, because if this number continues to stay in this zone, this is good for you. So if you want to know what's a buyer's market, what's a seller's market, when you're looking at under 50% absorption rate, that's typically telling us there's more more supply than there is demand. Between 50 and 60% is what we would call a balanced market, where there's enough supply to meet demand. And then when you're looking over 60%, and of course, 60 to 100 and above, you're looking more demand than there is supply. Months of inventory remaining tells us that if no other homes came on the market after today at the current rate of buying or the current rate of consumption, how long would it take to completely deplete the inventory? So a year ago in January, 0.6 months of inventory, 0.3 in December. And again, we're seeing that through the numbers, right? We're seeing a very aggressive market, but this is calculated looking at the active listings divided in the sales. So again, we're seeing very aggressive sales, but we're also seeing not a lot of inventory hanging around. So we're 0.3 in December, currently trending at 0.9. So that inventory level actually coming up. Now, these guys, the sales to new listings ratio and the months of inventory, are always going to be opposing to each other. So as you see absorption rate going down, you're going to see inventory levels going up, and correspondingly, right? Sale price to list price ratio, homes selling at 106.4% of ask a year ago, 113.8% of ask in December, currently trending at 117.5. Now, I always say take this with a grain of salt. There has been, I've said this in other videos, there has been an intentional underpricing or under listing of homes to their true market value. Like as an example, a home listing at $799, that the seller and the agent and every other agent knows that it's going to sell at 1.1. So this number is always going to be a little bit overstated, a little bit pluffed up, if you will. Days on market to get a home sold, 11 in January last year, 15 in December, currently trending at 8. Now, you might find this interesting. So as I said, we're always looking at the sales to listings ratio and the months of inventory going opposing to each other, right? So why did the days on market counter actually go down when the market actually calmed down, right? One would think that when the market's smoking hot, that's when you're going to see the days on market counter going down. And it didn't in this case. And I'm going to tell you why. Because when you look at the number of sales, 64, but 56 new listings came out. So there was a number of those sales that didn't happen from the new listings. So what happens is in the active inventory that carry over, they might be on the market for 15 days, 30 days, 45 days. And believe me, they're out there. They do exist. So as buyers begin to not be successful in getting a new listing for whatever reason, they start picking off these active listings, which brings this days on market number back up. So hey, folks, I do my best to water this down as best I can to make it easy to swallow all the information here. I know there is a lot of information here. Any questions at all about anything I've shared or about how these numbers would pertain to your house, feel free to reach out.